This is your weekly trip to paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi. Paradise, Louisiana is also brought to you by Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, IMCO, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.
Welcome to this week's edition of Paradise, Louisiana. I'm Gary Risponi. Here at Superior Bait and Tackle. Already this morning, they're busy, people in and out of the doors. So stay tuned. I'm going to tell you what, this week, I had a busy week last week. Ain't all of it been fishing. With the bad weather, I was in 2 storms. But the event calendar is full. We got all our charities, the people we've been with for years, and I'll name all these charities. You'll know that I've been supportive of we've been supportive of these charities. Myself, CCA, and a lot of the people that are the good people of Louisiana, always stepping up and doing what we can to help the people in need. So we got a lot of events coming up in this month and next month is just unbelievable. So we got that. I made a trip to Grand Isle with the Grand Isle Trap Master, Thomas Vidrine. Let me tell you what, he's still catching fish. He got to find that clear water. He's going to give you a few hints and a few things that we did that. We got some good news and we got some bad news. So stay tuned. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. Very busy week we had, and boy, we got a busy end of April and the 1st of May. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana, Superior Bait and Tackle.
For the thirsty, for those who hang out in packs, for heroes, for sidekicks, for those who see the glass half empty, for those who see it half full, for those on the right, for those on the left, for those with nicknames, for those with curves, for people that cycle, for people that recycle, for BFFs, for frenemies, for those with style, for lovers, for families, for big families, for everyone.
My buddy, been waiting almost a year. Welcome to Paradise, Louisiana, Grand Isle, Louisiana.
Queen Bass.
My buddy, Mr. Thomas Vidrine, the trout master, they call him, and let me tell you what, he's on spring trout already. I'm here to do the story on the new marina owners and how they survived the storm. And Thomas said, well, you come on over here, I'll feed you and I'll take you. We're ready, Thomas. We got a little wind every day. You've been catching fish.
Even with that 15-mile-an-hour south wind. It's better than being out the east or the north at 15, then you're blown out. You can't do nothing on Grand Isle on those winds. You have to, if you got a south or southeast wind, you hide behind the island. The island blocks the waves and it makes the water clearer. And we've been having some really pretty water. I've been going in late in the afternoon or every day. This is the first time, I know you got a schedule, this is the first time I go early before the tide's up. See, I've been going, if you look at my bulkhead, I've been going with the water right at the top of that bulkhead at about 3 o'clock and fishing that top of that high tide coming in. But it's just getting ready to start coming in right now, so it might be just as good, I hope.
We can't make excuses.
No, I'm just...
We can't make excuses, Thomas. I know you're fighting the black cloud, you won.
No, we're gonna catch some fish, no doubt about it. On plastic, swim bait.
I reckon. Out here, nowhere.
They wanted it jigging. I talked about it on my last YouTube. They wanted it jigging. I got to get them started. Sometimes jigging it hard. That's nice.
Yeah, something that bit him. Yeah, look like they're coming out of mold.
Look how fat.
Yeah.
Full of eggs. That one's going. It's going to Garyville too, right there. Gary finally got one.
We'll put the camera down and man does his own show, okay, and YouTube and everywhere else. And he's 12 inches, so that's all I'm gonna say. Finally caught a keeper. It's so much fun when you're not shoot camp.
It's time. Time to register for the summer-long CCA Star. Star is Louisiana's largest fishing tournament with 25 divisions and over $500,000 in prizes up for grabs. And new this year, any CCA members who have their Star ticket before May 1st will be entered to win a brand new 195 XTS Nautic Star paired with a Mercury 115 4-stroke and trailer. You have to be in to win. Register today at ccastar.com.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. Look, with all the events that are coming up and going through a year of the pandemic, and these people are really in need of getting together. It's starting to open wide open, and they got some events. I'm gonna go through them. I'm gonna go through them quickly, but I still got to explain to you why. For years we've been supporting these people, and right now they're all coming together. They're getting out. And it's just some of the events. So I'm gonna start off with an event that's coming up on the 24th. We got it's in April 24th. It's at Waddell Wildlife Game Reserve. It's the friends over there with the autistic special needs people. Is my good friend that are putting this on, and it's also co-sponsored by CCA. It's going to be on the 24th. It's going to be at Waddell. It's going to start in the morning. It's with a fishing rodeo at 9 a.m. and it goes to noon. There'll be lunch there. There's going to be prizes. And anybody that signs up or goes there, CCA is donating a ride and reel combo. So CCA stepping up. They're co-sponsors on this. If you need to find out more information, you can go on there, or you can call my buddy over there, and let me look at, I got his name right here. Yeah, Rufus. Call Rufus at 225-937-4852. They're going to be prizes and food and trophies. So you need to go there. It's going to be no fee, nothing. No fee. No entrance fee, nothing. You don't have to sign up. You have to show up or call them and be there and make room for it. And great day, be a great day. It's a good chance I might be there, but we got so many things on that day. Also on April 24th, this is a big one, and you saw it in the paper. Joe Macalusa was talking about it. Our good friends is catching for. Hold on a sec. I keep catching for Kinley. Go ahead, ready, here we go. Another thing on April 24th is catching for Kinley. It'll be all of the landings. You can put in at all of them in the Chafalai Spillway. Can't go south of 90, but it'll be a big fundraiser to weigh in, and all the prizes and the festivity and the drawings and everything will be at Mike Zito's place in Plaquemine, Louisiana. Kinley Bush, this is a fundraiser. $3,000 first prize on this thing too. So, but look, just remember, Kinley and them are fighting a tumor, brain tumor. It's going to take a lot of money, a lot of help. Should be about 100 boats or more. So that's the thing on the 24th. Also now, let me go through it. I don't mess up. I'm going to go back to April 17th to Saturday. It's coming Saturday. Now, DU, the Green Wing, we've been talking about it, Bogafala Park in Covington, Green Wing Day. It's going to be there. May 1st, our good friends at Trinity Outdoors. Trinity Outdoors is finally going to bring their classic back. They've been having a year or so, been doing it. It's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a drive-through. They're going to have food. They're going to have prizes. Bass tournament's going to be right there at the St. James. Everything's going to be at the St. James Boat Club. You call Jason, 225, Jason Bland, 715-9581, to register, or you can go to their website. Everything is on there. It's a team event too. Trinity Outdoors. Don't forget them. Don't forget them. Been for years. It's the 7th annual Bass Classic. It's gonna be a little bit different, but they finally coming out. They got a lot of stuff. Jason's gonna be here pretty soon, and he got some video of some of the hunts and people he's been doing with those kids that have been physically challenged. Now we on May the 8th. This is a big one now. May the 8th is two very important things in the Southwest. On May 8th, Abbeville Fish Fest. The city of Abbeville dedicating that big park, 40-something, 50-something acre lake. It's been supplied, it's been stocked with the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. The city of Abbeville and the councilman, the person to get in touch with if you want to know more, if you want to participate, you want to donate, anything you want to do it, you contact Francis Plazon. He's a councilman at large in Abbeville. I'm going to try my best to be there. It's also the same day as Dreams Come True. Through all these years, I can't tell you how many people that I know are in my family that Dreams Come True has helped with trips and help, medical supplies, everything. They have been since I've been in this TV show for 19 years, Dreams Come True has always been one of the people that we support. They're going to be at GOL in Maurice, Louisiana, Sporting Clays, starting early at 7 o'clock. So if you want to go to their website or you want to find out more about it, they still got room for sponsors or teams. I think it's $400 a team, so for a team of 4. April 24th, and I told you that one again one more time. That's catching for Kinley. All right, now let me get the stuttering here and make sure I got any more. I didn't miss none. Trinity Outdoors. That's it. That's it. That's all of them. That's the events coming up. And come back. I'm going to have a little combination fishing report and pictures. We'll be right back. Watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Okay, Brett, safety and car insurance.
Never scored a safety. That's defense. But go on, please.
Yeah, defensive. That's exactly how you should drive.
There is no such thing as a defensive drive. Offense makes the drive.
Oh, I mean when you're on the road.
But it doesn't matter, home or away.
Okay, clearly I'm striking out here.
That's baseball.
Get great auto rates from Farm Bureau Insurance. Call your agent today.
I tell you I was going to forget one I added on to tell another one. On April 24th, it'll be at 8 p.m. We'll be starting a Sporting Clay shoot at across the Bridgeview, across the river. It's for the Baton Rouge Symphony Orchestra. They had suspended last year. They back in action. Support the Baton Rouge Symphony Orchestra. I'm going to tell y'all something a little funny. Back in the old days, I was on the Brett Commission, and we supported all those different things. I was on the board of the Baton Rouge Symphony Orchestra for a couple of years. People used to see that in the paper. They'd say, "Mr. Pony, what, you big symphony supporter?" I said, yeah, I listen to, I go to all the functions. But they said, "You can't even spell symphony." I said, "Yes, I can." How you say it? Yes, Symphony Orchestra, one of the best in the country. Go support them. Sporting Clay shoot, 24. Now, we're going to go start with these pictures right now. And I got these pictures coming. My friend, Ken Lambert, his daughters were in for another thing that came up. Kelly was fishing off her daddy's pier, and they was using a pink fat boy to dive in the suspended one. Caught 3 big catfish. Here's one of them. Caught 3 big catfish, river cats. River cat right now all over, in front of my camp, everywhere, all over there in that water with all that fresh water. Another reporting pictures come in, the Highway 1, going to Grand Island, Fouchon, Lane and Grant Weston House. They were just past Tuesday. They had 10 trout, 1 keeper red, and a black drum. Ain't a bad trip. And they had live shrimp, and like you said, they were fishing with a cork, and they also caught some on plastics when they couldn't get live shrimp. So now, Leeville, George Spivey, high water charters. You've seen him for years. He'd always send us report. He's back sending us some report. He got Brock Wiggins and some other young guys that went out with him. They're fishing, most of them fishing in Lake Jesse. Had live shrimp under a high water cork. And here's a whole bunch of pictures, 2 or 3 of them did over there. Go to Lafitte, Mark Barker, Jerry Lacombe were fishing with Craig DeGrease. They were fishing plastic, the Matrix Lemon Head. You got to find the clear water. They ran a long time with all the fresh water and been coming, and the way the wind's been blowing. You find those pockets of fresh water, whether it's a bay or the runouts and these canals, they coming out in the bays, and this is in Barataria and all those places around there, fishing out of the feet. Here, twice marking them that had limits of trout, fishing with Greg DeGrease over there. Here's a picture from Dennis Curry, 8-pound bass. Caddo, then he's fishing over there, the biggest, a 10-inch monster worm, June bug color. Here he is right here. He caught it on 326 in the 8-pound bass, Caddo. George Spivey again sent me another picture. He was telling me that also the sheephead, when he was fishing the rocks, that's why he had to run and find those fish. But when they were fishing the rock, they'd catch trout, but the sheephead wouldn't leave them alone. So they'd catch a bunch of sheephead. Then they ran to East Timberlair, and I can't even pronounce some of these places over there. But he's fishing his shad plastic bait, his shad getter, whatever he calls it, under a cork. And he's catching a lot of small trout and some big trout. It's East Timberlair. Now, I'm seeing this right here. This is coming from Island Marina. Miss Angie's daughter, Whitney, she would help running the marina in the Island Marina. And by the way, Chantel is back. They still don't have as much shrimp. They're getting a few, but not enough. But they got a new shed, a spot shed, and they got Cockahoe minnows. And people are still catching fish on it, but they always go catching plastics. Captain Andy Jones with Wicked Fishing. I was there Sunday when they came in after all them storms. And the lake was muddy, and all them guys, limits of redfish. They didn't have a whole lot of trout, but the limits of redfish were there. I talked to Captain Bob over there. He's catching trolling. He's still fishing trussels. He had 20 beautiful fish. He's using a mirror lure. He's trolling a mirror lure, and he's also trolling a matrix shad. They're trolling it a little bit further back. They're trolling it way back, and they're using the limit head or the limit splice, and they catching just a 3/8 jig, and they're fishing, and he's trolling them, and they're catching fish. Mike Brantley still catching. He gives after the days of storm. Mike was back there. He caught 20 one morning. He went back in the evening. When he called me on the phone, he had 10. So I don't know what he ended up with, but he didn't send me a picture. Captain Clint been going through some health problems, no shrimp and everything, but he's catching redfish up and down the place. His people have been coming in. He's going to be out for a little while. He got to have some surgery. He's been having a kidney stone, so we know what that's like. But he's catching a lot of them on plastic and those minnows, those spot shad. So those are coming from Mala Marina. Here's a bunch of pictures. Let me see if I don't want to miss none. Oh yeah, we're coming over here now to Grand Isle. You see what I did with Tommy Vidrain. Today I talked on the phone. Coming here, I talked on the phone with Bill Butler and Mike Butler. The river's coming up. Trout has slowed down. Redfish are everywhere. redfish everywhere. The people, are guides are all catching redfish. This is the big thing right now, tuna. Whenever the weather, even the weather rough, when it's coming out north, they're getting further enough out there. Tuna everywhere. He said all the tuna captains of the boats, they're going out. Sometimes they got a little rough, but they're bringing tuna back to the landing at Venice Marina. Go to the website and you can see what I'm talking about. Also, Lorto Saline, the Sac-a-lait has slowed down. They're still catching bass with the rivers coming up. It shouldn't be coming up long, and they're going to be there. When I come back, I got some good news and some sad news. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. That's our fishing.
I've been asking him to change the oil for months now, and he never did. So I finally just went to Benny's. They even washed my car for free. Uh-huh. And you know what? It was amazing. Yeah, I left Benny's and got home before Rob even knew I was gone.
Benny? Who the heck is Benny?
Welcome back. We got a little quick news report. Let me tell you this, the Green Monster, CCA is another thing. CCA been stepping up. I think we got a little footage that they had the Green Monster dedication. I think it was last Wednesday. It was they had the barges came out of Grand Isle and they went there, but most of them was out of Venice. They went out there and him some pictures. Chris was there and they took some of this. Last week I saw where they had the diversion hearings at the Plaquemine Parish Council. The vote was 9-0 to oppose. And we've been following this, and I deal a lot with the captains, and I've always tried to be open and honest and give both sides. I'm getting a bad feeling. The council, I'm sure there's influence. I know the oyster fishermen, with all their BP money and the things they've been doing for years fighting this, they got to have influence and they got to be heard. But 9-0, the diversions, all the money's there, things are ready to be done. All the scientific studies are being done, and now they're coming up and opposing, and they're not opposing it scientifically. There's a hearing. It'll be over. There's a hearing Wednesday, natural resources. There's going to be people there testifying to the legislature, tell them what's going on. I'm sure CPRA going to be defending their thought of the diversions. I'm leaning toward the diversions. All my captains I talked to in Venice, Buras, Ryan Lambert, I talked to the butlers, people that got landings down there, Murder Grove. They ain't all about diversions, but that's one of the #1 things they said. Even back before any of us was thought about being here, as it used to be before levees, they had fresh water all over Barataria. So all that's changing. There's pace, they losing. They losing land. They lose people, going to lose houses. They're going to lose communities. Should be a combination. I like when everybody agrees on something. It should be a combination of dredging and everything else. By the way, they are dredging some of the passes. South Pass, they're going to move in Tiger Pass. It's a slow process, but they're dredging that right now. So that water, they wasn't getting out of Venice. They was, half of their landings were underwater most of the summer last year. So they're correcting some of this stuff. So pay attention, see what's going on. I'm gonna try to be fair, but if I see somebody is all about themselves, well then I'm gonna take a side. So watch that. So that's the good news. Bad news, you got a new marina. They're coming up in the next couple of weeks. I did an interview with the new owners, Retief, all people. They buying the Sand Dollar Marina. Let me tell you about those marinas. with all the oil spills and all those hurricanes, the Gaspard and the Vega family, you know, even though Butch said it, Butch loves Grand Isle. He is one of the best owners that have been there. His family for years, right there at Sand Dollar, 25 years. But the other ones, as far as I can remember, when I was a little boy, they wouldn't be much to go to Grand Isle during all the storms if they wouldn't have stayed there and borrowed their own money and kept them marinas going. So we're going to wish them good luck. I'm going to give you a little story with them. Be coming up in the next couple of weeks, so tease that. Now the real sad news. Kay Florine passed away Saturday. Kay Florine was a giant in outdoor conservation. Y'all know about, she was chairman, or she ran the City Park Big Bass Rodeo for years. There wouldn't be no boats on the bayou without Clay Florine. The Pontchartrain, the foundation, and it was just unbelievable, you know, how much she was involved in there. The Pontchartrain Foundation, Lake Foundation, protecting it when they were putting the oyster shells. She was always there. When I first started doing my show, when I had Don Dubuque and Joe Macalusa, I couldn't tell you how much they praised this woman, and they talked about a woman in politics, a woman that get things done, a woman that loved the outdoors. So, Joe, y'all didn't leave me wrong, and all through the years, I used to love to talk to Kay. Danica and them took over, and Danica and we got close. Chris, right here, did multiple shows with her. She just you can't count the number of things that Tia did, that she was involved in. She's been fighting that cancer now for a long time. Kay, you're going to be missed. You're definitely a Hall of Famer. You're definitely a legend. Whatever we need to do to praise you, God bless you in heaven. Keep smiling down on us. This show, you see what we do? We all learned a lot from you. Kay Florine and all your family, our biggest condolences.
Paradise, Louisiana is also brought to you by Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, IMCO, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.